Happy Wednesday, Wildcats! Welcome to today's weird reading. Today, I don't know if I've ever read you a Splat the Cat book, but he's a pretty funny character, and today we're going to read about his vacation, A Whale Off a Tail. Shall we get started? Yeah. Alright, so Splat the Cat is going on a vacation. Can you see okay? Alright. Splat the cat buckled his seatbelt. "Let's go," he yelled. "It's vacation time." Looks like he is ready to go to the beach. Before he left though, everyone else piled in. "Bring me back a shell so I can hear the sea too," said Grandpa. "When I come back, I'll have a shell to show and a story to tell," Splat said. Grandpa waved farewell. So maybe Grandpa has something else to do, or maybe Grandpa is too old that he's not going to go. "Hello, beach," said Splat. Splat's toes wiggled into the soft sand. Now he could look for a shell. Dad said, "Splat, will you please help me with the umbrella?" "Okay," Splat said. "Then I'm going to find a shell." What a good son. But then, he's needed again. "Splat, first help me spell," begged little sister. "Okay," Splat said. "After that, I have to look for a shell." So, his little sister builds a sand castle, but she doesn't know how to spell castle. C-A-S-T-L-E. That's right. Just then, Splat's tummy made a rumble. He's hungry. And then he said, "Time for ice cream and fish," Splat said. Then shell hunting. Now, I don't know about you. I actually like fish a lot, and I also like ice cream a lot. But I don't think Dr. Chan would like fish and ice cream at the same time. But we won't judge here, because Splat is a cat and we're not cats. And maybe that is just yummy for cats. Splat began his search. He wanted to bring home the sound of the sea for Grandpa. First, Splat found a dull snail shell. It was way too small, so tiny. Grandpa might not even be able to see it. Then Splat found a frail eggshell. That was the wrong kind of shell. It's not a seashell. And it had a funny smell, because it was probably spoiled. Splat thought he saw a pale shell buried in the sand. Did he luck out? Nope. Jingle, jingle, it turned out to be a bell. Almost all the other shells that Splat saw were broken. "How odd," said Splat. "What can I do? I've no shell for show and tell. I've no shell for Grandpa." That would be a little sad. Splat took his pail and walked along the water. He followed the trail of broken shells. Then Splat heard a crack. A shell fell. Then the shell broke. Splat looked up. What is going on? A gull was dropping shells all over the shore. So Splat ran after the gull. He tried to catch the shells before they fell, because if he could do that, then maybe he will get a nice shell that is not broken. But then, Splat ran back and forth, and then, splat! He fell into a swell. Splat flailed about. Then, thump! He landed on something big. What could that be? A sea monster? Well, not quite, but kind of. It was a whale. "Can you help me catch a shell?" Splat asked. The whale spouted. Sploosh! Water went up. And it was just the perfect timing that Splat went up too. The gull dropped another shell, and Splat caught it. Whoosh! The whale stopped spouting, and Splat is going back down. But Splat slid down the whale's tail and onto the sandy shore. Splat shook the water out of his ears and held up the shell. He heard the roaring swell. All is well, that ends well, Splat thought happily. On the way home, Splat thought about the whale of a tale he could tell to Grandpa. Then he fell asleep, listening to the sound of the sea. Good story ending, right? So, boys and girls, one thing that jumped out to me from the story is that Splat was definitely enjoying his vacation. But did you realize that pretty much everything that he did on his vacation was to help someone, right? To look for a shell for Grandpa, to help his daddy with the umbrella, and to help his sister with spelling. Well, I guess there is one thing that he did it just for himself, eating ice cream and fish. But pretty much the entire time, he spent his vacation for the happiness of others. So I think that's really noble, and that is something that we should learn. So I hope you enjoyed today's story, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another book. Bye!